Hello teachers, I'm going to talk about something that I did talk about before, but I really want to give a different example here so you would understand why making our learners think critically is important. Now think of this thing in a similar way as when you are in the position of a learner. For example, if you are attending courses, we might be taking assessments for those courses, or we might be attending workshops, we might be attending courses, or we might be going to seminars just to learn something. So as teachers, we are also many times we are also in positions where we become learners. So now imagine yourself as a learner, and imagine that the person who is in front of you as a trainer or as a presenter or as a giver of knowledge, and you are silent the whole time, and that presenter is standing in front of you and just giving the pieces of information and giving knowledge, just throwing all those pieces of information at you. It's almost like they're bombarding you with all the information, but that information is not getting generated in your mind. So you might attend that temporary little workshop, you might attend that temporary session of learning, but once you're out of there, you're again blank. The same thing happens with your kids when you are in a class and you think you are the one who holds all the knowledge. When we are teaching with the mindset of I am the one who holds all the knowledge, your kids will never think critically. Your kids will never become independent learners because you didn't activate their thinking. Activation of thinking from the very young age is important. You will see in systems where the thinking is not activated, even the kids who are reaching higher grades are still heavily dependent on their teachers. But once the thinking has been activated really well from the very early young age, you will see that as kids progress to higher grades, they need less and less support from you, even if in differentiated groups, even if they are in the groups. I don't like to use these terms low achievers or high achievers, but where they are placed in the groups where they are supposed to be taking help from you, even in those groups, you will feel that they are able to continue working on their own without taking a lot of support from you. Activation of thinking is the most important thing. When the thinking of your kids is activated well, they will become independent. They will start thinking on their own. They will do half the work that you were doing for a long time. Half of it they will do on their own. Imagine if you are attending workshops, the trainer of that workshop, instead of giving you the knowledge, they are actually questioning everyone. Okay, so this is the concept. These are the kinds of assessments that we're supposed to do at school. So what do you think? How can we use this different kind of assessment? Can you name these assessments? So instead of the trainer giving you information, the trainer will be actually asking questions, taking answers from you and then building on those answers. Okay, so someone is answering a diagnostic assessment. Okay, so let's talk about diagnostic assessment for a while. Well, how can we diagnose? What's the best time to carry out diagnostic assessments? What do you think? If the word is diagnostic, so what meaning does this word hold? So everybody will be giving their input to explain this word diagnostic, then to explain how diagnostic assessments will be carried out. Instead of the presenter explaining from the beginning, okay, diagnostic and formative and summative, these are the three kinds of assessments, and diagnostic will be done this time, formative will be done. So instead of the presenter giving you all of these information, the presenter is engaging you by asking questions. Okay, so the presenter is actually taking the knowledge or taking the information from you to then build on it, or to expand it, or to discuss it with all of you. You have to think of it the same way. What you find more interesting as a learner is the same thing that your learners will find interesting. By you not standing and acting as the one who holds all the knowledge and I am the one who will give you all the information. No, you ask them questions. They will feel like they are like a part of it, and they also hold value. That's why you are asking them questions. That's why you think their answer is important. And then don't forget, when you're asking questions, you don't ask questions just to ask questions. You ask questions and then you build on that same answer that they gave you. If you didn't build on that same answer that they gave you, they will unconsciously take it as my answer wasn't valuable enough, that's why it was ignored, that's why teacher didn't talk about it, that's why it was not built on. And it's not just to show them that the answer holds value, but this is actually how the knowledge will be formed, when you are taking their pieces of information that they are giving you and building on it, taking another piece of information, building on it. That's how knowledge will be formulated. It will be generated in the minds of your learners. So remember this thing, activate the thinking of your learners. Just like when you are a learner in any workshop or in any seminar or in any course, when you are sitting like a blank slate that has to be written on by someone else, that knowledge is not coming from within you, so it will never stay with you because your mind didn't think through it to reach it. Once the learner's mind and thinking is activated, their mind is going through different ways to reach that information, so that information becomes tangible because he tried his thinking skills to reach that piece of information. So activation of thinking is the most important thing.